Welcome back to High Stakes. Elevate your game by subscribing to our channel and never miss our daily content. For exclusive access to our premium betting picks, join our Patreon, find the link in the comments section below. Stay ahead with High Stakes. San Diego Padres vs Pittsburgh Pirates. Even though Pittsburgh has hit better of late, they still sit in the bottom 10 when it comes to hits and strikeout rate. Gonzalez has been much more erratic when throwing in night games here, and he'll face a Padres lineup that has hit its best on the road. Lastly, King's road era is a series best, and he will face a troubling Pirates lineup that has been very inconsistent this season. Take San Diego moneyline. As mentioned, Gonzalez has been much more vulnerable when throwing in night games this season, and given how San Diego leads the league in strikeout rate, while also sitting in the top half of the league in home runs, they could have a field day here. King has thrown better on the road, but the Pirates have been red hot in August, and will look to keep that trend rolling here. Take over 7.5 runs. Tampa Bay Rays vs Cardinals, when looking at how these pitchers have been performing since the All-Star break. There is a clear difference as Taj Bradley is 2-1 with a 2.00 ERA and a .119 batting average against an 18.0 innings 3 starts, while Eric Fedde is 0-2 with a 5.87 ERA and a 1.24 WHIP in 15.1 innings 3 starts so far. Since the All-Star break, there is a difference between these offenses as the Rays are 16th in the sport with a .725 team ops in 16 games, while the Cardinals are 21st with a .697 team ops in their 18 games in the second half of the season. Go with the Tampa Bay Rays to win this game. When diving into the last 7 starts for both of these pitchers, they are doing very well as Taj Bradley is 4-1 with a 1.29 ERA and a 0.86 WHIP in 42.0 innings, while Eric Fedde is 2-3 with a 3.15 ERA and a 1.08 WHIP in 34.1 innings in that stretch. Both bullpens have been doing pretty well throughout the season as the Rays are 15th in the sport with a 4.03 reliever ERA, while the Cardinals are 6th with a 3.62 bullpen ERA so far. Go with under 7.5 runs in this game as well. Cincinnati Reds vs Miami Marlins. Cincinnati and Miami have both struggled this season, but this is a good spot to take the Reds on the ML. Abbott has been solid this season, and he should be able to have a lot of success against the Marlins offense, which has struggled to get runners on base or score many runs. This season, Cincinnati is 9-3 as a road favorite, while Miami is 18-23 as a home underdog. Look for those trends to continue here. Take the Reds money line. The under is a good spot in this game as both offenses struggle to get runners on base. Miami hasn't had the most success against Abbott, while Cincinnati hasn't faced Belloso in his career, which should give the pitcher the leg up in the first few innings, which is all he likely will go. This season, Cincinnati is 5.7505 and hitting the under, while Miami is 4.9613. However, with the way Miami's offense is playing, this is a good spot for the under. Take the under 8.5 runs. San Francisco Giants vs Washington Nationals. The San Francisco Giants are 1-4 as favorites in their last 5 games versus the Nationals on the road. Blake Snell has allowed 3 runs on 3 hits with 2 walks and 5 strikeouts in 3 innings for the Giants against the Nationals in his career. Jake Irvin is 2-0 with an ERA of 2.08 and 14 strikeouts in 2 appearances versus the Giants in his career. The San Francisco Giants have a .212 batting average in their last 10 games against right-handed pitchers on the road. The Washington Nationals have a batting average of .278 in their last 10 games against left-handed pitchers at home. I see a lot of value in a home underdog who seems to have an advantage against a team with a struggling mound. I am taking the Washington Nationals on the money line. The Washington Nationals have an over-under record of 7-3 in their last 10 games. Blake Snell struggled in his last outing against the Nationals, and if the Giants are forced to go back to their bullpen early like yesterday's game, I expect Washington to score a lot of runs. Jake Irvin has not been perfect this season with his ERA of 3.56, so we should see the Giants manage a few runs, which will help us reach our over. We should see a total similar to yesterday's match. I am siding with the over at 8.5 runs. Los Angeles Angels vs New York Yankees. Yankees run line -1.5 runs. The Angels come into this doubleheader winners of 2 in a row, and the Yankees have also won 2 in a row, as well as 7 of their last 8 games. New York ranks first in the majors in runs scored, while the Halos only rank 26th. Warren makes only his 2nd start of the season in this game, and he gave up 4 runs in his MLB debut. He will have a decent outing but will give up some runs. Fulmer is making only his 5th start of the season, and he gave up 2 runs in his last outing while giving up 3 in the 2 before that. New York will get to him in the LA. Bullpen, which only ranks 23rd in bullpen era. The Yankees will get it done at the dish, and that is why they will win, and they will also win by at least 2 runs, so take the run line to get better odds. Take the Yankees and the run line at -1.5 runs. Both teams went under in their last games, but I am leaning towards the over in this game. The Yankees are the highest scoring team in the majors with a loaded lineup, and while they only score 4 runs in their last game, they had averaged 8.4 runs in their previous 7 games. They will be solid at the plate in this game facing Fulmer, who gave up 2 runs in his last start and 3 in his previous 2 outings. Warren gave up 4 runs in his MLB debut and will give up some runs in this game, even though the Halos only ranked 26th in baseball in runs scored. New York will score several runs in this game too, which is the main reason the over is the pick. Baltimore Orioles vs Toronto Blue Jays. Take the Orioles. The Orioles won 3 of 4 games against the Jays in Baltimore last month and exceeded 6 runs twice in the 4-game set. The Orioles hit a healthy .266 with a .536 slugging percentage in their prior 10 games against the Jays overall, and they hit .276 in their last 10 games at Rogers Center. So look for them to have runners in scoring position throughout Wednesday's contest. Baltimore has excelled playing away from their home stadium this year, winning at a 61% clip. Toronto has disappointed at Rogers Center this year, losing over half of the games played there. They have lost 2 of their last 3 series at home to subpar teams Tigers and Rays. The Blue Jays have fallen in 4 of their last 5 games overall. The Toronto pitching staff has given up 4 or more runs to their opponents in 6 of their previous 7 games. Baltimore has a significant edge on offense in this contest, ranking high in multiple categories, including first in the league in slugging percentage with .453. In contrast, Toronto ranks in the bottom half among its peers in several key categories. Adding to Toronto's woes in this contest, the Orioles also have a solid staff this year, ranking 11th in the league in ERA with 3.89. The stats and trends strongly support a Baltimore victory on Wednesday on the road. Take the Orioles. Rogers has an ERA north of 5 in his prior 3 starts, and he has produced an ERA of 4.74 in 11 starts on the road. Francis has produced a 5.52 ERA versus the Orioles in 1 start and 5 relief appearances. The previous 5 games played between these 2 squads have exceeded the run total, with 50 runners crossing the plate during their 4 games set in July. Blue Jays hurlers have a bloated 7.50 ERA with a 1.79 WHIP in their prior 5 matchups with the Orioles. Toronto has scored 6 runs or more in 3 straight games at home, and they have gone over the run total in their previous 6 games at Rogers Center. The Orioles have an elite offense in 2024, ranking first overall in slugging percentage and 6th in batting average, so they have the tools to score quickly in bunches. The Blue Jays staff has struggled most of the season, ranking 28th in the league in ERA with 4.64, and they have given up 4 runs or more in 6 of their last 7, so the odds Baltimore adds a significant number of runs to the score sheet are high. The Orioles have gone over the run total in 5 straight. Most signs point to a higher scoring affair in Toronto on Wednesday. Take the over 9.5 runs.